everyone, welcome to another episode of Gone Rogue. And in this episode of Gone Rogue, I am going to talk about knowing the policy. That is right. In this episode of Gone Rogue, I am going to talk about how you need to know the policy before doing something that requires using the knowledge of that policy, whether it's an insurance policy or a return policy or terms and agreements policy. Because I just want to share a story, and this is a story that needs to be that consumers such as you and me that buy stuff online or in person. I'm going to share a story in person that happened to me. But I think we need to know the policy, whether it's a return policy of buying items or a insurance policy where you get in an accident and you need to really know the terms and agreements before you do anything that is further. But going back to sharing my story, which I'm going to call it the GameStop story. That's right. So I bought this video game from GameStop and happened to find that game. Bought the game for the wrong platform. So let's say I bought a video game such as Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy Edition. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. And it turns out I bought it for somebody who wanted the regular, the Xbox version. So a side story here is that I just happened to buy it for the Nintendo Switch, since if you know Rockstar Games, they don't produce many titles for the Nintendo Switch. The only two titles that I can name is that Grand Theft Auto Trilogy and LA Noire for the Nintendo Switch. But back to what I was saying about GameStop and their return policy is that bought the Nintendo Switch version, found out that they bought it as a gift to later give, and found out that they don't have a Nintendo Switch, since I know that everyone that I know have a Nintendo Switch. So decided to return the Xbox version. So I tried to return. Went to this one GameStop store and tried to return this return this new video game that wasn't open. So it was a brand new Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Edition, the Definitive Edition, that hasn't been open. Just want to return it back to GameStop. So I went to this location at this GameStop, and I went to the clerk or the cashier or the front desk, or however you would call it, and they wouldn't let me return it. I was like, why? It's within 30 days of the return policy, right? If you read GameStop's return policy, it's pretty simple. If the game has not been opened, if the game hasn't been opened, or something like that, you can return the product within the 30 days of purchase. So they denied my return request, saying it's within 7 days. It's like, wow, 7 days? Are you trying to pull a fast one on me? Because it's not 7 days. So there are literally two options that I could go here. One option is become one of those Karens that know everything, like they do, and put them on blast about asking their return policy. Or two, the second option. The second option is say to myself, it's not worth it. Just go to another GameStop location to see if they have that bullshit made up your own policy saying it's 7 days. So guess which one I took? I took option two because, one, it's not worth it. I'm not going to make a scene. It's not going to change their minds anyway. So I went to a different GameStop location, and they were more than happy to return it because I was within my 30-day GameStop 30-day return policy. But going back to that first location that I went that denied my request, if I chose the first option, what would it achieve? Because I really know my policy. I really could have put them on blast if I wanted to, because I could just turn over the receipt and says where does it state that a new video game has a 7-day policy? Where is it? I could really put them on blast, but I didn't, because I know it wasn't worth the time of putting them on blast. But as consumers, as like we buy things or whether it's car insurance, or I think it's best to know that if you want to support a business or buy a subscription or have an insurance policy with, I think it's best to know the terms and conditions to the return policy, because it's your money, not theirs. It's your money, or you're investing in them, not the other way around. Don't let them pull a fast one on you. That is right. Companies nowadays like to pull a fast one, thinking they're trying to save their own ass before looking after the customer or the consumer. And I really think it's best to educate other in what we should know, whether it's health insurance or the policy within the policy and whatever. It's best to know that we need to have a full knowledge, because that example right there, that story that I shared right there, that wasn't right on their part at the first location that they denied my request. That is right. That is not how you do business with customers, and that is not the way how you treat customers, lying to their face when customers do know that. Like every other store, like most stores would accept a 30-day return, whether it's if the product is new. But just keep that in mind, is that knowing the policy is very important, whether it's a return policy or a terms agreements or health or car insurance policy. And yeah, that's all I want to share for this episode of Gone Rogue. If you like this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment section below on what you think about this episode. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content that is on his channel. And thank you for watching Gone Rogue. And I will definitely see you on the next one.